opening lineup for Seattle. Max Christie is out there with Collier. And it's Jovic in at the 4. And for the Hawks, Johnson and Porzingis, they're inside. Trey is flanked by Daniels in the backcourt. And it's Risacher in at the 3 slot. And these teams have been prepping for the season tip-off game for months, Grant.
Oh, and for the players, the main feeling on opening night is relief. You know, all that hard work during the offseason and preseason is finally over. And now it's time to have some fun.
Now here's Young. Outside Risacher. 5 to shoot. The 3. They grab their own miss.
After averaging just about 3 points per game as a rookie, Jalen Johnson has put so much work into his game and has become a very good NBA player.
Atlanta shooting their initial free throws of the game here.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw misses. All right, guys, we're lucky to have Shams Charania joining us now. Our 2K insider calling in with a story. What do you got, Shams?
Well, the Atlanta Hawks this summer, adding free agents Nickeil Alexander-Walker and Luke Kennard, this team is now possessing a stacked wing rotation. And with this infusion of playmaking and shooting, guys, they could be pretty tough to deal with now.
A team to be reckoned with. All right, Shams, thank you for the report. Here's Collier. To the inside. And that one's good. Jovic.
As pretty much any coach, that's how he'd like to start the game.
Outside Young. Pass to Porzingis. Shoots a fadeaway. It's hauled in by Wolf.
Listen, that's a good shot for him. He just couldn't connect.
Here's Collier. Guarded by Young. Outside Christie. They set a pick. Off target from outside. And so it's Johnson with it. He brings it up for the Atlanta Hawks. And this matchup with Seattle, it's their first meeting of the season.
Yeah, they had some trouble with this team last year, splitting the season series.
Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And really, Johnson is an elite rebounder, so you have to be aware where he is and get a body on him.
Daniels against Christie. Pass to Collier. Lets it go from deep. Rebounded by Daniels. The Hawks have gone 1 of 4 to begin this one. Johnson finds Porzingis. And a slam dunk by Porzingis.
Well, 7'3" doesn't need much of a vertical, easy finish for KP.
Seattle has gone 0 for 2 from outside. Out to the wing. Here's Collier, guarded by Young. Shot's good by Collier.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Now here's Porzingis. Nice assist and nice finish. Solid play all the way around.
Well, you love to see Porzingis battling through contact down low. That's a tremendous finish.
About 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Here's Collier, covered by Johnson. To the right side. Outside Christie. Seattle move the ball around. Here's Collier. Rebound Atlanta. Daniels outside. Shot by Johnson, no good.
Nothing more important than contesting layups and dunks. A great job defensively.
And nice to see the elevation right there. That was a strong move.
And you love that length.
Yeah, he took it up with a ton of forcefulness that time. Used his height to full advantage.
Picked it out of midair. Here's Collier, guarded by Young. Here's Collier. And so far in this one, 2 for 4.
Pounding it inside early and often, setting a physical tone.
And Atlanta with possession here. They trail by 1. Daniels passes to Porzingis. Takes a 3. He buries it from 3. Porzingis has got 7 points.
Well, in the modern NBA, a big that can shoot with range is so important. Kristaps Porzingis from 3.
Here's Collier. To the paint. Oh, a great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and a nasty jam.
The reverse slam, that was sweet.
Ah, the finesse on full display. Young looking over the floor. Shot clock at 6. Pulls it from 20. Rebounded by Jovic. For Seattle, they've gone 5 of 8. Solid opening quarter for them. Here's Collier. Fires the 3. Rebounded by Johnson. Johnson's got 4 rebounds now. Daniels outside. Pass to Porzingis. Outside Johnson. Left side Ricochet. Back to Johnson. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Johnson's got his second basket.
Trading the lead back and forth, neither side is willing to back down.
And right now you love the chess match, right? The ability of each side to adjust to what the other is doing.
And it's Seattle with the ball, following the score by Atlanta. And there's the screen. And he lobs it up to the rim.
Now that's a textbook alley-oop.
I thought he'd go for the slam, but that worked. And here's Young. He'll bring it up for the Hawks. Pass to Porzingis. Daniels outside. He shoots a 3. He's off on that one. For Seattle, they've got 6 of 10 attempts to fall. Misses. That would have put him up.
Boy, not his best quarter. He's trying to break through.
Here's Porzingis. And a slam dunk by Porzingis.
Oh, it's exactly how you lead someone with the pass. Beautifully done.
Seattle has gone 0 for 3 from downtown. Pass to Collier. And there's the drive. On the wing, Christie, covered by Daniels. For 3, Collier. Good on the bucket. Collier's got 6 points.
Boy, what a quarter he's had. Go ahead, young sir. Keep the pressure on.
And so the timeout by Quinn Snyder here. He'll take the opportunity to regroup.
Yeah.
Alexander Walker comes in for Daniels. All right, with this break, let's take a look at the teams that were the toughest to score against last year.
And their gritty mentality when it came to defense was really infectious. They were the best last year at holding opposing teams to low-scoring totals.
Atlanta's gone 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. Outside Rizachet. Good ball movement here by Atlanta. Young from long range knocks it down from distance. And the Hawks lead by 3.
Yeah, Trae Young can change the course of a game with his outside shooting.
All right, Grant, when we talk about the range Trae Young possesses, just how dangerous can this guy be?
Well, when he's on, he's a nightmare matchup for defenses. Once he crosses half court, he's a threat to score, which in turn really helps open up the floor for everyone else on his team.
Now here's Young. Picked up by Okongwu. Fires from deep. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Okongwu. Seattle trails by 3. Ball with it. Shoots over Young. Pass to Diawara. Three-pointer. Rebounded by Johnson.
So far, rebounding has been a focal point for them.
Outside Young. Back to Johnson. Now here's Okongwu. Just 5 to shoot. There's Young with the 3. And Milton pulls it down.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Pass to Diawara. The rebound by Atlanta. Johnson's got 7 rebounds in the game. To the middle. Here's Okongwu. Drops in the layup for 2.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. You know, that's why they continue to get attacked.
And so it's Paul who brings up the ball for the Supersonics. It's a 5-point game. On the push, here comes Atlanta. And Young gets it to go.
Yeah, forcing the issue inside. That's a solid finish from Young.
And Seattle calls time here.
Timeout away team. Fans, turn your attention to center court. It's the Hawks Hype Squad. Please come up here and see our welcome team. The Hawks Hype Squad.
Porzingis has checked in for Rizachet, and Ben Simmons subbed in for Young. Seattle trails by 7. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Thank you, B.A. The Hawks are trying to involve everyone to take some of the load off Trae Young. Coach Quinn Snyder said, we've been intentional about that. Trae can't do this by himself, and he knows that. Frankly, no player can. Figuring out the ways he can be efficient has been the idea, and he's been making those plays. Guys, back to you.
Okay, thanks for the report, Allie.
Chris Paul is the master of the pick and roll, understanding how to utilize his teammates to the best of their abilities.
Outside, Alexander Walker. Back to Simmons. And slam dunk by Simmons.
Attacking the rim with power.
Tremendous finish. Here's Paul. 1:29 left to play in the first quarter. Inside. Here's Shumshay. The rebound by Atlanta. Simmons looking around. Pass to Alexander Walker. Out of bounds. Hawks ball as Atlanta keeps possession. And Atlanta making a change here. Krejci's checked in.
Number 27, Vic Krejci.
Outside Simmons. Picked up by Okongwu. And it's Simmons with the jam.
Well, you'd love to see Simmons use that size to finish at the rim and let him know.
Seattle trails by 9. Now Paul. Pass to Shumshay. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. It's on Onyeka Okongwu.
And even from where we're sitting, you could clearly tell it was a foul.
Seattle shooting their first free throws tonight. That one misses. Seattle making a switch here. Johnson's checked in. And the second free throw is good. The Hawks lead by 8. Outside Simmons. Outside Porzingis. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
And they've come out with a fearless approach on the boards.
Pass to Johnson. Launches it. That one is off. And Simmons has got the ball here for Atlanta. Oh, it's Porzingis with the jam.
Just leave it at the rim and let the big man do the rest. KP with the nice finish.
Paul against Simmons. Now here's Paul. Over Simmons. No good. Would have counted had it gone. And so it's the Atlanta Hawks earning this break in the action, up 10. They've been aggressive in transition and find themselves in front. We're coming right back. Don't go anywhere. Great to have you with us. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen from Atlanta?
It's all about the strong inside-out game in the first period. It really helped them get some clean looks down low.
It is great when you can get that established early, because to me it opens up every other aspect of your game.
And Seattle, looking at who they've got. We've got Shake Milton. Also Johnson out there, and it's Djorcic in at the small forward position. The Hawks lead by 8. And here's Simmons. Pass to Porzingis. Down low. Here's Krejci. Clock at 6. There's a screen. His first shot attempt. The shot by Alexander Walker, no good.
Oh, the defense very willing to live with that mid-range jumper.
Now Edwards, defended by Porzingis. Johnson passes to Milton. On the take, fires the 3. Shot by Johnson, no good.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
Good ball movement here by Atlanta. Alexander Walker, the pass to Porzingis. Off target from three-point range.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Pass to Milton. Takes the 3. That one falls. His second make in 5 attempts.
Boy, this guy not necessarily a knockdown threat from deep, but when you give him that type of room, he will make you pay.
Here's Simmons. 2 minutes now played in the second quarter. Porzingis with a screen on Milton. Outside Porzingis. Alexander Walker with it. Johnson on him. Atlanta needs to get off a shot. And here's a Conley for three. It's good. And a beautiful setup from Simmons that time.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
Porzingis against Edwards. Pass to Djorcic. There's the double team with Alexander Walker. Johnson for three. Nice D from Alexander Walker. Atlanta leading by 8. Krejci, the pass to Simmons. Well, Doris, one of the highest compliments you'll hear about ball handlers is saying you can't speed them up.
That's exactly right, PA, because pressure against the best players doesn't bother them. In fact, the greatest players want more than one defender because then they know that puts their team at an advantage if they can make great decisions.
And Seattle calls time here. And the players take this opportunity to get some Gatorade. Getting some fluids in you is so important during these timeouts. Get fresh, keep those batteries charged.
Yeah, without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a ball game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have to be hydrated.
Checked in for Atlanta. Here's the group of players who had the most steals in the league last season. Dyson Daniels on top.
And we saw how effective he was on defense last season, taking pride in mucking things up and being an absolute pest, grabbing all those steals.
Now for those joining us now, we're in the second quarter, about 3 minutes gone by. It's stolen by Okongwu. Out left to the wing. Simmons against Paul. 6 to shoot. Daniels outside. Oh, trying his luck from deep. Seattle pulls it in. Milton passes to Paul. Launches a three. Okongwu with the rebound. Atlanta leading by 11. To the inside. They kick it out to Porzingis. It's good. And a beautiful setup from Simmons that time. Simmons has got his 4th assist with that last one. Here's Paul. To the middle. And stolen by Porzingis. Daniels with it. Milton covering. Here's Simmons. Pass to Okongwu. All right, let's see what the Atlanta Hawks have coming up. On Friday, they'll be playing against LaMelo Ball and the Charlotte Hornets. Then on Sunday, they kick off a road trip in Brooklyn where they'll take on the Nets.
And that game against the Trailblazers is going to be game number 4 for them during the start of this NBA campaign. They'll want to get off to a hot start for the year.
And he drops it first. Jalen Johnson, he's checked in for Ben Simmons. Lee, he's checked in for Seattle. Second free throw, no good. Seattle trails by 15. Shot to stop the run. Okongwu with the rebound. Okongwu's got 4 rebounds in the game. Here's Johnson, and they cash it in right away with a quick shot. Johnson's got his 3rd basket on the night right there.
Oh, I like that. I mean, Johnson taking what the defense allows.
And Seattle calls time here. And so it's Paul who brings up the ball for Seattle, trailing by 17. And after this one, they're at home against Sacramento. That'll be the first of 2 games on their home court. Here's Jovic. He has 6. Buries it from 3. Give him 8.
Slow defensive rotation causing a breakdown along the perimeter.
Alexander Walker with it. They swipe it. Here's Wolf. Still no points. Now Paul. MP outside. Deflects the pass. It's stolen by Daniels. Inside. Left side, Alexander Walker. Pass to Porzingis. Daniels outside. Shot clock at 5. Oh, he tries a 3. No good. And that makes him 0 for 3. Seattle trails by 14. How about Dyson Daniels, Grant? Last season, leading the league in steals.
Well, averaging over 3 a game. That mark hadn't been met in over 3 decades, BA. In the process, the Aussie earning the nickname, the Great Barrier Thief. Not bad.
Good. Wolf's got his first 2 points.
Chris Paul is such a natural facilitator. His ability to read angles and deliver the ball on time and on target is special.
Atlanta leading by 12. Alexander Walker, the pass to Daniels. They kick it out to Porzingis. Atlanta gets it back. Here's Alexander Walker. And once again, off the mark by Atlanta. Seattle has gone 2 of 5 from distance here in the second quarter. Paul against Porzingis. The floater, and Porzingis with the block.
Oh, that is a big-time block from KP. How about that rim protection?
And the fans love seeing incredible moments on defense like that block.
Yeah, good offense comes from great defense. This lead is only getting stronger with plays like that.
And Atlanta making a change here. Young's checked in. Six on the shot clock. Iwara passes to Wolf. And here's MP from outside. The shot won't fall. Good D by Daniels. The Hawks have gone 4 of 10 from the field in the second. There's Young with the 3 on target from range. Young's got 8.
They're shooting the 3 extremely well this quarter. It'll be fun to see if they can keep it up.
MP looking around. And the foul called on Dyson Daniels. That's his first foul. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for the Hawks. Edwards, the pass to Christie. Seattle move the ball around. Here's Collier. Rebounded by Johnson. Johnson's got rebound number 8 now.
And it's amazing. Their slim advantage on the board seems a lot larger than it is.
Left side, Young. 5 on the clock. On the wing, Alexander Walker. This one for 3. And that's a foul called on Onyeka Okongwu. That'll be a second foul of the game.
Team play.
Seattle trails by 15. Here's Collier. He's got 6. Yep, that one's good.
Boy, as strong as he's been, they're going to need him to continue shouldering the load to try to break through.
You got to give Isaiah Collier credit. He's a young player who knows his role, Doris.
One of those guys who's easy to play with because his primary job description is facilitator. Give this young man credit for finding open teammates. That certainly endears you to the veterans.
And that one misses. The Hawks lead by 13. Outside, Alexander Walker. Back to Young. There's a screen by Johnson. Trae Young, that's good. Young's got 11.
When you let a team knock down that many threes, you know you're likely to be on the wrong side of a run.
To the paint. Here's Edwards. And Okongwu with the block. Now here's Daniels. Tightly guarded. Outside, Alexander Walker. Johnson a screen on Christie. Pass to Johnson. There's the 3. Seattle pulls it in. Here's Collier. Give him 8. Rejected by Okongwu. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Well, Jalen Johnson, great in the two-man game, and he talked about how he operates off the pocket pass. He said, quote, "It's simple. You got to read before the catch. Point 5, quick decisions. Just how quarterbacks have progressions with receivers, I have progressions in the pocket, and I read those." Ryan, back over to you.
Okay, Allie, thanks a lot. Now here's Johnson. 7 points in the game. Alexander Walker, the pass to Johnson. Off target with the 3. Seattle trails by 19. Pass to Christie. Here's Collier. And he lobs it up. Intercepted. And a fast break now for Atlanta. Here's Young. Buckets. He's now 6 of 10 from the field. All right, a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Hawks.
Well, their hands resulting in plenty of steals in the early going, keeping the opposition there off balance.
The other thing, I cannot be more impressed by the defense they've shown tonight. Their willingness to close on shooters, blocking shots, playing with great effort.
Here's Christie. Following the score by Atlanta. That one's good for 2.
Boy, how about that pass? He put it right where it needed to be.
The Hawks lead by 19. And so the timeout by Quinn Snyder here. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over.
Adjustments are a part of every game and every quarter of a game. I think Coach sees something here.
Well, this is a chess match. Looking ahead a few moves and trying to execute toward that.
Atlanta making some changes. Kristaps Porzingis comes in for Okongwu, and it's Rizachet in for Alexander Walker. Johnson, he's checked in for Seattle. Milton comes in for Collier. Outside Rizachet. Outside Johnson. Milton against Young. 6 to shoot. Back to Daniels. Hey, from beyond the arc. Edwards pulls it in. Seattle trails by 19. Johnson with it, and it's Young picking him up. Johnson passes to Milton. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Milton's gotten his first basket of the night.
And once more this half, they find a way to get great position inside.
And so it's Young with it. He brings it up for the Hawks. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. And at home for the next game, it'll be Charlotte pulling in to face them. That'll be the second of a 2-game stretch at home. And Rizachet gets it to go.
They've had a hard time shutting down the three-point shot.
Here's Christie. Yet to see a basket. There's 45 seconds left in the first half of this game. Lays it in off the pretty lob.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
Atlanta leading by 18. Daniels outside. Good ball movement here by Atlanta. Outside Johnson. No good on the three.
It's tough to get open in this league, and when you do, it hurts not to capitalize.
And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
Man, good whistle there.
Seattle shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in this game. First one falls for him. He makes 1 of 2 that time. Atlanta leading by 17. Pass to Young. With 4 on the clock. That shot off the mark. A dominating first half of play, and so far it hasn't been close. Hawks ahead, leading by 17. Let's send it courtside and check in with Allie LaForce. Allie, what do you have?
I'm here with Coach Quinn Snyder, and Coach, you're getting stops in the first half. What do you attribute to that?
Well, we're playing hard, scrambling, picking up our effort, trying to be precise and disciplined and talk, and not resting on our laurels at any point.
Hopefully you can remain active on the defensive end in the second half. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks very much, Allie. And folks, we'll be right back to start the second half of this game.
And as we welcome you to halftime, no other way to say it, an abysmal start.
They say live by the 3, die by the 3. Right now, they are on life support.
Agreed. They're shooting their way right out of this.
And later on, some more NBA action to look forward to. Here are the games coming up. For the Wizards, they'll be up against the Lakers out in Los Angeles. 7 p.m. Eastern is the tip-off.
I'm predicting a somewhat lopsided outcome, just saying.
That's it for us. Thanks for tuning in. Now let's send you over to Brian Anderson with the third period.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. We're seeing a tremendous game from Trae Young.
Well, if he's hit threes like he did in the first half, he's going to have a monster night.
What I love is they've continued to feed this guy. Ride the hot hand until the defense does something about it.
Here's Collier. Trae is flanked by Daniels in the backcourt. Johnson and Porzingis, they're inside. And it's Ricochet in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. Here's the 3. Seattle pulls it in. Here's Collier. Here's Jovic. And it goes. As the official calls the foul, count it, and he'll shoot one more at the line. Seattle shooting their 6th attempt at the free throw line tonight.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
The Hawks lead by 14. Here's Young. Pass to Ricochet. Daniels outside. And here's Porzingis. Sends it home from three-point land. Porzingis has got 17 points.
Well, this is where Porzingis thrives. He is shot ready on the catch.
Second half getting started. About a minute played. To the inside. And stolen by Porzingis. Now here's Ricochet. Tight defense on him. Pass to Porzingis. Just 5 on the clock. And the basket is good. Porzingis has got 19 points.
This guy has been a key to their success tonight. He's been selective and efficient.
Seattle trails by 19. Now here's Christie. Down low. And stolen by Porzingis. Pushing it up now. And Young the bucket on the assist by Daniels. Daniels has got his 4th assist in this one.
2 points. Assistant, Dyson Daniels.
Well, the Supersonics are shooting around 44%. Not bad. And Seattle calls time here. Looking at the 2K leaderboard. Here were the NBA's top dime droppers last year. Number 1, Trae Young.
It was a virtuoso performance. They ran the offense through him time and time again.
And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Pass to Wolf. Right side, Christie. Clock at 6. Seattle needs to get off a shot here. For 3, Collier. Rebounded by the Hawks. Johnson's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. The 3 from Risacher. Drills it from deep. Risacher's got 6.
I just love the ball movement.
Well, the Supersonics are shooting just 42% so far in the game. Pass to Collier. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. The shot's good.
I like how assertive he was, making his presence felt on the interior.
Outside Johnson. Daniels passes to Johnson. Outside Young from the arc. And Atlanta hits again from deep.
This defense just can't stay connected to shooters.
The Supersonics have got 2 of 3 from the floor in this third quarter. Pass to Jovic. They set the screen. Inside. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
The officials were right on top of that one.
Seattle shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
Shooting 2.
And the first one at the line is good. And with the introduction of the NBA Cup, the regular season schedule is more packed than ever.
You know what, B.A.? Many constituents in this game believe the regular season schedule should top out at 72 games. This is something the commissioner broached back when he introduced the Cup. Not necessarily 72, just that there could be a reduction. But there's too much money at stake. I don't believe this will ever happen.
And so he makes both from the line. Here's Atlanta with the ball. They're on a 13-4 run. Daniels outside. Outside for Porzingis. Right wing, down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Young. Seattle pulls it in. Here's Collier. He's got 10. Jacks up a 3. Rebound Atlanta. Johnson's got rebound number 13 tonight with that one. Pass to Young. Right side Porzingis. And another basket for Atlanta.
The assist numbers certainly stand out. They've really emphasized ball movement here today.
Seattle has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the third. Here's Collier. That's his 6th make in 11 tries.
Just love the unselfishness there. Keep the ball moving. Good things happen.
Here's Young. He's got 21. Daniels outside. Right side Johnson. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
And that was a dunk contest material kind of jam. Johnson just letting it all hang out.
Thanks to AT&T for that fantastic look from their connected cam. For Seattle, they've gone 3 of 5 from the field in this third quarter. Outside Christie. Pass to Wolf. Shot clock at 6. Back to Christie. Oh, it's blocked by Porzingis.
Kristaps Porzingis has proven over the course of his young career that he is willing to be a force as a shot blocker.
And here's Young. Pass to Porzingis. With the fadeaway. It's hauled in by Wolf. Wolf's got 4 rebounds in the game. Now Paul. Back to MP. The 3 ball. It's rebounded by Rizachet. The Hawks have gone 7 of 10 here in the second half. Nails it from 3. Young's got 24.
Yeah, in the first half, he was unstoppable from deep. Now, 2 more since the break.
And so MP will bring it up for Seattle. It's stolen by Daniels. And a fast break now for Atlanta. And the finish on the break with the slam.
And leaking out well in transition. I mean, I like seeing Daniels get rewarded for hustling.
Seattle shooting the ball at around 42% for the game. On the wing, MP, covered by Daniels. They set the pick. Paul for 3. Rebounded by Johnson. Johnson's got 14 rebounds tonight, going after it. To the middle. Paul with a steal. Pass to MP. Another miss. They desperately need a bucket. Inside. Outside Johnson. Back to Young. There's the triple. It's rebounded by Djorcic. Seattle has got nothing to fall here in the third. 0 for 4. Pass to Paul. There's a screen. And there's the lob. And stolen by Porzingis. Johnson passes to Young. Back to Johnson. Johnson on the wing. Here's Young. The kick out to Johnson. 6 on the shot clock. Porzingis with a screen on MP. Releases. And Atlanta misses again. The Supersonics have gone cold here in this third quarter. Just 3 of 9. Pass to Paul. Beyond the arc. Porzingis grabs the board.
I think he's gone completely dry. Nothing is hitting.
And this is where you hope that he can find something easy so he can see the ball go through the net.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
Paul with it. On the wing, MP. To stop the drought. The shot, no good. Atlanta's gotten 12 of their points this quarter from deep. 4 of 6. Daniels outside. Now Young. He's got 24. Got it. Good job in the low post. Young's got 10 points in just the second half.
Well, he's had a one-track mind this quarter, and that is score the basketball.
Well, the Supersonics are shooting a less than average 27% in the third quarter. Paul against Young. To the paint. Here's Wolf. And that one is stuffed right through.
Just a strong finish there, guys.
Hey, needed just one hand to do it. Fantastic ball movement for them tonight.
If things are definitely working offensively, a balanced attack is just so much harder to defend.
Now here's Johnson. He's got 11. Here's Djorcic. Down low. Ooh, good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Wolf's got 4 points in the quarter.
Boy, you cannot put it in a much better spot than that. Wow.
Back to Young. Shoots over Paul. And there's Young. That's good. On the assist from Rizachet.
This guy has been in attack mode this quarter. The defense might want to intercede here.
Paul looking it over. Six to shoot. The 3. Rebounded by Johnson. Johnson's got 15 rebounds here tonight.
And they're +5 on the boards after that rebound. Man, he made sure to get his money's worth on that foul.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Hawks.
Well, you love their unselfish play. Keeping that ball moving, good shot to great. That's winning basketball.
Boy, the long ball has been another point of emphasis for this group tonight. Their shooters are finding open spaces and firing without hesitation.
And he knocks down the first one. Okongwu's checked in for Atlanta. Newell comes in for Johnson. He's perfect from the line this time. 1:25 left in the third quarter. Young against Milton. To the inside. There's the block. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Newell.
Substitution on the court.
Here's Johnson, outside Milton, and it's going to be out of bounds. Seattle will have another go. Looking at our leaderboard here, last year, the teams that made an art out of transitioning from defense to offense. 5th on the list, the Hawks.
It seemed like almost every time they forced an error, they converted on it. Not just winning turnovers, but taking them to the bank.
Now here's Johnson, just 4 to shoot. Over to the left wing. Can't hit that one. Nice D from Alexander Walker.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
And he lobs it up top. And it's Simmons with the jam.
At 6'10" with excellent hops, Ben Simmons makes that look easy.
Nikhil Alexander Walker.
And Milton's got the ball here for the Supersonics. There's 39 seconds left in the third. Pass to Johnson. 5 on the clock. Fires, top of the key. Gay with a rebound.
Great work by the defense. That's the intensity coaches want to see.
Here's Simmons. Pass to Krejci from deep. Yes, and that's Simmons with the assist. Simmons has got 5 assists in the game. A big-time effort for Trae Young, providing a lot of energy for the Hawks. He's been doing damage on the offensive end all night. 28 points in this one. We'll be right back. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver. And he did just that.
Well, there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. And Seattle, looking at who they've got. We've got Shake Milton. He's out there with Chris Paul. And it's Wolf in at the small forward. And it's Seattle with the ball. After the Hawks picking up a basket just moments ago. Outside Milton. And the 17-footer goes down.
With his skill from the mid-range area, that's money.
Simmons against Paul. And the layup falls. Simmons has got 4 points this quarter.
Yeah, Ben Simmons, what a dribble drive. How about the handle? Woo!
Outside Paul. A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone now. Milton for three. Rebound Atlanta.
And right now they're +8 in the rebounding category. That's helping them run away with this.
Outside Simmons. Grant, you look at some of the rule changes in recent years. Does it seem to you like coaches' challenges are here to stay?
You know, B.A., it does. And I think that's a good thing. You know, I can think of a few calls I would have liked to challenge in my day. So it's a nice option to have.
Well, the Supersonics are shooting just under 40% from the field. Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark. And now the Hawks on the break. Here's Alexander Walker. It's good. And a beautiful setup from Simmons that time. Simmons has got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. And it's Seattle with the ball. Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket.
Here's Wolf. It's stolen away. And he's going for the oop here. And stolen by Paul. Pass to Milton. To the middle. Here's Jovic. Using his post moves to get the 2 points.
Oh, nice feed. On time and on target.
Over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Paul against Simmons. On the wing, Alexander Walker. They set the pick. 5 to shoot. Pass to Newell. Now Simmons. Over Paul. They get it again. Good ball movement here by Atlanta. Over to the wing. Here's Krejci. Here's Alexander Walker. The three-pointer off the mark.
Every player goes through this. When your shots aren't going down, it can ding your confidence.
The kick out to Paul. Puts up a three. Knocks down the long J.
Well, Chris Paul is efficient a shooter as you'll find, and in the catch-and-shoot situation, he is money.
A little over 3.5 minutes in the books now in this fourth quarter. Now here's Simmons. Here's Krejci. From out on the wing, he knocks it down. Krejci's got 5 points now in the quarter.
The value of good ball movement isn't lost on this squad.
Here's Paul. And with the new 2-day format for the NBA draft, some executives complain, Grant, saying it helps out the disorganized teams.
Well, those teams could be in trouble regardless. With the push for parity, the league might not mind giving them some extra time to process during the draft.
And Simmons has got the ball here for the Atlanta Hawks. Pass to Krejci. Lets the three fly. The shot that time not on target. Seattle has gone 1 for 3 in the fourth quarter from range. Here's a three from Paul. Newell pulls it in. The Hawks have gone 5 of 8 from the field so far in the fourth. Inside. Seattle pulls it in. And here's Milton. Outside Paul. Clock at 6. Newell pulls it in.
Nothing going his way. Boy, it feels like he's forcing it and to no avail.
Oh, the dunk by Okongwu.
just rising up to the rim.
Man, when he gets up there, he gets up there. You know what I'm saying? The Supersonics have got 4 of 8 shots to drop here in this final quarter. Milton with it. And count it. Now 5 for 7. The Hawks have gotten 6 of 10 attempts to drop in the fourth quarter. It's Simmons with a drive, and that one's good. Simmons has got 6 here in the quarter.
Boy, Ben Simmons decides to put it on the deck. He is a dangerous driver.
Now Paul. The doors for teams looking to trade away a big money player. It seems the landscape is getting more challenging.
BA, to me, roster construction is one of the single most difficult things in this league. First and foremost, there are rules in place that restrict salary acquisition. The other piece of this is there are now second aprons in place. So it's not just roster construction. It's sustaining a quality roster over time and keeping that continuity. Success in this league is tough.
Here's Paul, following the score by Atlanta. To the left side wing. 6 to shoot. That's short off the rim.
Boy, I don't love his shot selection tonight. You've got to work for better looks.
To the paint. Okongwu, the pass to Alexander Walker. Here's Krejci. Outside Simmons. Here's the pick. Throws it up high. And so it looks like it'll be Atlanta's ball.
You see his active hands knocking that pass out of bounds.
Well, that's what you call a game of inches. They talk about it in football. We see it right there.
Gay's checked in for Atlanta. Seattle also changing it up. Christie comes in for Milton, and it's Collier in for Paul. Here's Krejci. 3 on the clock. Here's Alexander Walker. Oh, the Hawks again cannot hit it.
I'll tell you what, we know he's been struggling tonight, but his teammates have pitched in big time.
Back to Christie. And we're seeing some younger teams really on the rise here. Any particular reason, Grant?
Well, you know, it's part of the natural order of things. Certain players will dominate, and when they age, there are always those young upstarts vying to take the lead.
Now here's Alexander Walker. The crossover. And it's good on the lay-in.
And he's just crushing them with plays like that. I mean, just continuing to pile it on.
You want to make sure your opponent knows they have absolutely zero chance of a comeback, and nice finish by him.
Seattle has gone only 1 of 4 from the perimeter here in this fourth quarter. Outside Christie. And the officials will call the illegal screen here.
He had played mistake-free basketball until that one, his first turnover of the night.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
You know, he's just leaning a little bit. You try to get away with it, but boy, the official all over it.
That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted area.
Nikhil Alexander Walker.
The Supersonics have gone 5 of 11 so far in the fourth. Here's Collier. Pass to Christie. Here's Collier. Shot clock at 6. There's a screen. Over Simmons. They can't stop the run with that one. One side is dominated tonight.
Yeah, they've done a fantastic job of imposing their pace and style of play.
Here's Krejci, defended by Christie. On the wing, Alexander Walker. Seattle pulls it in. Wolf's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Pass to Christie. Well, one thing fans always have opinions about is NBA officiating.
Listen, I'm going to let the fans go crazy. What I recognize is officiating is one of the toughest jobs in the world. This game moves so quickly. They are making decisions in real time at sometimes very difficult angles. I am here to support the officials all the way.
Now here's Alexander Walker. Here's Gay. Pass to Simmons. Three-pointer, no good. Here's Wolf. To the left wing. Outside Christie.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
Here's Collier. Fires a three. Oh, my. Came close to a 4-point play. He'll head to the line for 3 free throws.
Team first.
Ooh, good defensive intensity, but you have to stay in control always.
3 shots. 3 shots.
And he's good on the first of 3. Atlanta making some changes here. Dante, he's checked in for Gay. And it's Kennard in for Krejci. And he sinks the second. Something the league has worked towards, seeing small market teams competing at a high level, Grant.
Yeah, this league isn't just for the big cities. Smart drafting and team development can make any organization elite. And of course, that's the beauty of it all.
And he makes all 3. 1:56 left in the game. Now here's Simmons. Pass to Dante. Kennard for 3. Rebounded by Jovic. Seattle has gone 1 for 5 shooting from the arc here in the 4th. And there's a pick. Down low. Dante grabs the board.
And that closeout certainly made a difference.
Well, no question. He altered that shot, and most of the time, that's just as good as blocking it.
Now here's a Okongwu. Kennard for 3. Gets the 3 ball to go. Kennard's gotten himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game.
Assistant, Onyeka Okongwu.
Seattle shooting only 36% since the 4th quarter started.
And let's face it, this one was never really in question. They came out with purpose and just overwhelmed the opposition. A great win for the Hawks.
And you don't usually see this kind of blowout, but tonight they delivered the punishment.
I mean, what's so impressive is they never wavered in their approach. They just kept at it and showed they were without a doubt the better team.
And so this win marks their first victory of the new year.
And against a non-conference opponent, you really want to win the first one. They'll go into the next one knowing how to beat this team for sure.
We've come to expect big-time games from him. Just another day at the office for Trae Young.
So highly effective on the offensive end. At times, this guy just scoring at will.
And it's Seattle with the ball. After the Hawks picking up a basket just moments ago. To the wing on the left. Just 5 to shoot. Out to the wing. Shot is up. Atlanta with the rebound. And so it's Atlanta easily grabbing this one. They didn't have too many problems tonight.
They didn't. Just a tremendous team effort. Once they had that big lead, they were not going to let the visitors back into the game.
All right, to Allie LaForce with our player of the game.
Trae, you guys had a look in your eyes tonight. How satisfying was it to get this win?
I mean, it feels great. It feels great getting a win. But at the end of the day, I mean, I'm just here to help my team win, whoever we're playing against. And that's all I care about.
Thanks, Trae. Guys?
All right, Allie, thank you. And that'll do it for this inaugural game of the NBA season. For Doris Burke, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, and all of our crew, This is Brian Anderson thanking you for watching this 2K Sports presentation of the NBA. And now, time for our player of the game, Trae Young.